Okay.
Oh!
Picture this. Your girl. Last night, midnight, I am alone home watching, crying to some Samantha Lux. One thing I think that is very interesting is the conversations that are being had via platforms such as content creators on YouTube. It is more than fair for me to be able to give my input on these sort of topics when I see fit as somebody coming from a perspective of a life. You know, there's a lot of people who be out here talking without the credentials to be doing so. Or any for that matter, rather than just being like a bro or something like that. There gotta be other people out here talking to talk. Did I think that my channel would ever come to the place where I would be commenting on a brother doing something so childish as to walk on up with your goofy ass and pop a balloon of somebody? And the other females, they put him right in check. They put him right in check. It's a beautiful thing that goes on in the video itself. It just felt so bad. Like,
see,
That's not how you play the game.
my identity, talking about me, myself, is that I am a gender non-conforming male. I have a lot that I struggle with my gender. I am a male by how I choose to identify and how I choose to go by with my pronouns and all that type of thing. Even though that I don't think that those words are that important, I've come to realize of recent days that they are most likely something that I should definitely look more into and not just kind of take for granted and just let people use all willy-nilly. For right now, I use he pronouns. And when I talk how I talk and when I address the situation, I want the brand of DeanFM. As you see me in this video, at least up to this date, I am a neurodivergent person who is very feminine. They're very comfortable in their femininity and warmth and how they want to address the public, whatever that means. So if we're going to be talking about credentials and stuff, I think that I'm an American who has seen a lot of things go on in the YouTube sphere specifically that is very concerning. Identity politics, and people be saying what's the same gay, or like what do these people be doing out here? I don't even know. Like a lot of like talk of like gay being normal, but then there's trans people who don't like non-binary people, and there's like Jeffree Star who like just doesn't like Paul, you know?
That's where the conservatives like me, because I'm just real.
Yeah, you do have a conservative vibe to you.
Them. You're trans, you're male, or you're female.
And you're standing on that.
Get so mad when I say that.
I don't know. It's just a wild west. That was before Trump got into the election. You can't blame Jeffree Star on Trump. Give that to Trump, okay? Out of a kind. Let's get back to the point. The main focus of this video today is that I just want to talk. A lot of people be clearly taking liberties that they do not need to be taking in a subject matter that is way too sensitive to just be, you know, without credentials of just even of a slight association. Do you know anybody? What do they have to gain off of this? I had seen the video of, I don't know what the show was called, but I think we all get the concept. I saw the clip in various places. I don't know what the show was called. Hopefully it's off the air on TikTok. I know it was on TikTok, but I don't, was it? Content creators need to know, like, just because you got a white background doesn't mean you can do everything under the sun. Okay, like, you gotta put a little something into the white. These are the new days. I mean, and I think that conservatives, y'all don't have to be too concerned about me because y'all got 3.5 or something more years with this guy. Come on, y'all gonna ride it out with your boy, ride it out with your mans, and I know that you are, and he is gonna ride it out with you. Silly yo, Uncle Trump, you know, he gonna do what it do for the boo. It's more than safe to say that, again, coming from the perspective of a neurodivergent, effeminate male, femme, gay male, genderqueer American who is also on YouTube and has a platform, has freedom of speech like everybody else does, and we can get the gums to flapping. And yeah, make sure to check out my Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and all that stuff. And let's begin. The name of this show, okay, Hit the Button Podcast. It doesn't look like they have a whole big old following. It's interesting to me how these conversations are spurring. There's a whole lot. I've just noticed that people are feeling a little bit more comfortable to say what the left don't want to hear. Snowflakes don't want to melt by, or whatever. Okay, here we go. Okay, so wait. Ooh, this is so awkward. That guy thinks he killed it. He thinks he ate. He took that needle and said, I'm gonna eat. Because it's just bull. I knew I could just make this into a goofy thing. Because it is goofy. Y'all goofy back into it.
Shut up.
Okay.
Oh!
Period. Yeah. Pull your pants up a little more, homie.
Was that supposed to be some type of like trans solidarity moment?
Yeah,
like the women?
Yeah, I don't get that. Yeah.
The regular women were popping for the trans woman.
Yes.
Balloon being pop.
Yeah.
Also, it's like, here's the thing.
What you gotta say, sis? Come on.
You gave this person the space because of like the context in which we're gathering.
Yes.
To at least say something, and you'd be like, okay, whatever. To me,
what do you mean?
oh God. Okay. if you gave this person room to actually just speak, and because I'm sure they would pop their own balloon, because they probably would hear what he says to other people, other women, and be like, "Oh, he's closed-minded." Boop, pop the balloon.
Well, I mean,
or he's straight.
Look, I don't know what that girl is.
Or he just likes vagina.
Did you even connect the dots? Let me say something first and foremost. Shut up.
The gas.
Yucks. This is so funny. This one guy, this is the problem with this mess. This is where I'm saying that this country is making a fool of itself, and we're making a fool of ourselves. We really kind of sort of are making a fool of ourselves. Who else felt the aggression in that? That's just a little more than a balloon pop. Like, I feel like the camera done shook. It was like some bass. Come on. It was so aggressive, and I think that's something that needs to be said by a person of color, by a black male identified. When you work with people, you kind of learn these things. One thing that I have come across in my research and trying to figure out like what type of things that I want to talk about in the past and trying to like, one of the topics that I always came back to was the violence against, unfortunately, trans people of color, trans black women in America, and that how that is, along with the overall level of violence that trans people face, it is all on the rise and has been on the rise. And I'm sure it's not intending to stop without a fight. These things are incredibly sensitive, and as people with a platform, I would just ask, now, when they're cracking up here, this guy came in with this aggression and then this BS came in on some pop, and these guys are cracking up. You're just missing the mark. Maybe they do think this is funny AF, but something tells me they're playing it up for a certain side, and that is going to play to their downfall in the end.
Crazy. The gaslighting. That was like, she pulled that from the gods, nigga. She was like, here, hold that. This gas light will never go out, nigga. This light will never burn out. Close the light.
No.
You see, and it's just, people be killing themselves. People be committing harm to themselves. People be suffering. People be victimized out here in the name of this. It's not so funny in those moments when a trans person is being hurt, being abused. It's just not cool, brothers. Like, I don't know what you're doing. Like, what's tea? I think as a community, we have to be more with the togetherness just a little bit. And there's such a thing as civility. And I don't know. I just think it's not funny. The society for transgender people and what we are heading towards as a country because of this one election, all under the hands of a guy that bought this country, is just embarrassing. It's completely pathetic. Y'all called him a savage. Savage in and of itself, isn't that in and of itself a derogatory term? People are trying to get hype off of a certain movement, a certain underground Andrew Tate alpha male-esque vibe that Trump has spawned.
No. What y'all not about to do is make it seem like I'm just making shit up. No. What I'm trying to say is,
girl, I don't even know what you said.
9 times out of 10, they weren't a match anyway, regardless. Like,
yeah, the penis has something to do with it.
No. What if she did? You know, it'd be really wild is if she was post-op, so it wasn't no dick no more. It was
just some,
okay. So also, but like, what was the conversation that was had here? So is this basically, I don't even know what the setup was for the specific show, because again, the concept is self-explanatory. It seems like it's another one of those Jubilee type situations, and Jubilee, when we talking about Jubilee and low-key the cut a little bit, we get into like weird territory with these shows where they kind of like are pretending to be open-minded. They're pretending to be like they are having these open and honest dialogues or whatever the hell, or it seemed in a way that there might have been a less aspect of presenting that may have played a factor, or was the brother told this is a trans woman? At the end of the day, in that case, the fault and the anger that I place is on the show itself. Like, why have somebody on just to have the guy on that's clearly going to be a jerk?
Testicles. Like,
you know, the balls are the actual vagina. That's where the fucking labia would be. Yes.
That's what I'm saying. It would be ballless testicles because they take
crazy.
the fucking balls,
Okay,
they take the
okay.
testicles out and they staple that shit
Cool.
into the hole.
Oh my god, the what?
Yeah, that's
Put
what
your hand down
right?
on your pants and find your nuts, brother. You an anatomy lesson or something? Like what?
Well, you know they use medical staples. I don't know what they call those.
They got the fucking glue stick and they just put the skills out.
Elmer's.
Ooh.
Alright, I'm head out.
Girl, same.
Can't even associate with no damn foolery like this.
I'm with sister a little bit.
On it, nigga. What did you just do?
It's just here you go. It'll stick.
So hold on. So what were you saying?
Say something.
I was gonna say,
Like-
if this is a trans woman who got the surgery so that they could have a vagina,
Right.
then they have a vagina.
Well,
They do.
no, they don't. They don't. They don't. They have a fucking inverted penis. That's what they have. It's not
I mean, it's assuming that that's what you were saying. I mean, I'm like, brother, you know that these surgeries happen, right? And that people be walking in this. There's a lot of trans people who've already had the surgery. Man, they done had it. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little mad because it's like, what is your end goal with all this laughter? At the trans woman expense. Like, why are you? Something don't sit right in my neurodivergent, feminine, like Samantha girl. Like, I want to defend that girl. I was crying over my phone, like just sobbing. It's because I wanted to protect Samantha. Ain't she so cute, y'all? Potato. Y'all need to shut up. Brothers are acting up. They be sucking up to some Trump, sucking on their Trump.
Let me put it into context like this. I'm gonna put it into context like this.
Yeah.
You as a well-bosomed woman, if a woman who had A cups came to you 2 weeks later and was like, I'm a big titty bitch, would you be like, yeah, those are big titties?
I'm like, you live in your own delusion.
Okay, so there we are.
What?
Okay. No, there we are.
So
how does that work?
How do y'all niggas equate that to what just happened?
No. How do you? Like, if people got it, they got it, and if somebody gets it, they get it. I feel like this girl. What you live in your own delusion if they have breast implants? Well, they have the implants, so where's the delusion? They done spent the coin, sis. Do you have it? Do you have that coin? Got a bag and busting my chest. I don't know. Still better than the best. T says, hold up. Like, what? Like, if somebody is not harming you, I don't understand what the big debate is. At the end of the day with the identity politics is that if somebody is not harming you, if no threat is posed to y'all, then there should be no issue. There's a certain level of anger and aggression and that, like, silly little move that she just did there, like, just like, I'll be like, they live in their own delusion, but what do you mean? As if she's somewhat, like, not evil in this situation, too. Like, no, you playing a part, you playing into this conservative fear you know that this is not the whole country, you know that these people are here. I'm so confused as to where people think trans people are gonna go. Follow that out. You're clearly just playing up to these boys and girl. It ain't working. And to the two girls who didn't pop the balloon, by the way, I was angry at them at first, but then I was thinking like, okay, they are kind of victims as well too. At the end of the day, don't go on reality TV and air out stuff like this at all. Or do sensitive stuff with yourself put yourself in a vulnerable or sensitive position. You know, this person put themselves at risk coming on this show. I don't have sympathy for the two girls, but I'm just saying like, but balloons were popped. At the end of the day, I believe in love too.
Okay, so there we are.
Okay.
So there we are.
So then how is...
How do y'all niggas equate that to what just happened?
I'm not. You said live in your own delusions, right?
I know
so what you were saying is that you would not accept that. So
I didn't say I wouldn't accept that. I said
live in your own delusion is not accepting it.
that is accepting it.
That is not accepting
that you get to choose your own adventure and I get to choose mine.
That's literally agree to disagree is what you
That's
said.
what that is.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's not accepting it.
That is accepting it.
That's right. You open your big mouth and
How is that?
You just said agree to disagree means...
You're acting like this, so...
No.
Like, literally 2 seconds ago, he said agree to disagree means you catch this thing. It's about to get ugly, so
Trump
let's just
gets
stop
to make a
talking.
fool of this country.
Okay.
And so
Which means I'm going to let you live.
But that's not accepting it.
That is accepting
That's
it.
not accepting it.
Because dead bodies is not cute.
Okay.
I'm going to let you live.
I'm gonna let you live.
Yeah.
But that ain't no vagina.
I'm good. Okay, so when a stupid joke like that, that's where it's clearly not funny to everybody. When somebody says something like that, like, okay, but you're allowed to live, but you're wrong. But you're not real. It's just rude. It's just unhealthy. It's just not right. We, in a country, first of all, that is a gun country. I don't think that that's something that's going to change. There's certain battles, make it battles, but certainly in a gun country, I would not be one to want to spark physical aggression or any sort of aggression, period, towards one another, as much as try to get some more dialogue going, like some Cat Black style, like the truth. We're going to talk.
Can we talk about something?
As somebody who thinks about these things, and as everybody should be thinking about these things and really analyze these things, and as adults, we owe it to the next generation to not let Trump up everything. Like that statement, like there's so much coded aggression there that is not acceptable. And underneath that, you have a vagina, but why do you think we care what you think? Why is this in your mouth? Do you want to throw hands? This is stupid. Underneath, when you think about what's happening in this country in terms of trans violence and so much of this, just a horrific existence that a lot of trans people are just going through in this country. We owe it to each other to not let this have happened. We did owe it to each other to not let this happen, but now we owe it to each other to make sure that these dialogues continue and are not torn apart. Like, I don't think that that's what needs to happen here. It's horrifying, the things that happen underneath what he just said, little chuckle. You have a dick, but you don't have a dick. It's an inverted clit. What do you say? I don't know. Something like that, and then you chuckle, but whatever. It's just the fact that this is in your mouth is what bothers me. The problem.
It is. So all I was gonna say is,
It is what?
Stand on it. Fuck with it.
Period.
Fuck with it.
I'm always gonna stand on my business.
Well, it's just weird that here's the thing. Okay, you know, like
That the vagina. What does it smell like? Right.
the faux vagina.
Yeah. When. Yeah. That I can't believe it's not pussy. It smells.
Just like how, and I don't even want to say it. Like, that's nasty. What do you think trans women are trying to do? Do you think trans women are out here trying to make fleshlights? Or your sock? I'm sure you got one of those. But I got one of those under the bed, too. That girl don't want to be your receptacle. First of all, that girl probably... I could tell that girl is too good for this whole situation. Trans girl is better than this entire situation. What you talking about, brother?
Can we have a show next week, please?
And period. Good. I'm glad she said that because I'm about to wrap this up. But everybody deserves to have a voice in this country, to speak and to talk and to tolerate and to have this open and honest conversation with one another. At the end of the day, I'm not exactly sure what the process was there because they seemed like they had kind of made a point out of her in the stance that they had her in the line. But it's hard to tell exactly what the lead up to that was, except for the fact that from what we see as the public, we see a guy with his big macho alpha male walking in there. My hypothesis is basically that they probably didn't tell him, or they did. Word got around and then that he just kind of made that assumption. But the fact that they kind of put her on there, again, they victimized the trans woman. Everybody deserves to have a voice. Everybody deserves in this country to speak and speak freely. I would encourage them to keep talking about what they want to talk about, but at the same time to let me on your show. They don't want to have anything to do with me. That's about it. I mean, I can't. This was another 15 minutes. My video's already like 30 minutes long. I don't know what the f*** going on. We gotta wrap this up. But I hope you have a nice day. Love one another. It's such a scary time. But just everybody watch what you say. As a community, that's that. Bye-bye.